Welcome back to our lesson of Google Sheets. In this lesson, we are going to be showing you how you'll be working with the basic formulas of Google Sheets. In this basic tutorial of Google Sheets or working with the basic formulas, we are going to add in mathematical formulas and also about concatenate formulas, how you'll be able to do it. You're going to be needing them in a lot of cases. So without any further ado, let's just hop into Google Sheets. You can see on my screen, I have a couple of these data which I'm going to be using to use up the mathematical functions or formulas in Google Sheet. So this is the data analysis table. I have a lot of data. I have, the city, then the product, the price per unit, units sold, and the total sales. Now, when you see that when I click on a specific cell, that cell is where I want the result to be. Okay, so I'm going to just type in results over here. You double click on it. Let's say I'm going to type in results. Now here I want the results of each and every one. Okay, now the first thing what I'm going to do is going to be, let's say I need the summation of the first 12th cell. Okay, now what am I going to do? Now, first off, you have to know about navigation. You can go through with your mouse and you can also use your arrow key so that you can select a specific cell. And when you select a specific cell, how are you going to start off your formula or your function? So, what am I going to do is type in equal. And then after equal, let's say I'm going to sum it up. Or instead of using those formulas, we're going to use some basic functions of, let's say, Google Sheets. Now, the first thing what we're going to do is going to be, let's say I'm going to type in equal, and then I'm going to select a specific cell. When I select on any cell, you can see that the number of the cell or the cell value or the number is being represented, because wherever I click, every cell is being located or specified. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to be selecting on all of them. Now you can see this is a specific range and it is summing it up. When I hit on enter, and it will give me a result of it. Okay. But what if I use this fill header? You can see now all of them are different. Because all of them are different because they are taking different values, which is relative data or relative cell reference. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is cut all of them. Now I'm going to do sum it up. Now let's say I'm going to do is select on this. And then what I'm going to do is going to be clicking on plus this, plus this, plus this. Hit on enter. And now I got an exact result. But I want it to be like this, okay? So I'm going to do is click on this, equal, plus, and then this one. Hit on enter. And when I use the fill header, it will basically give me the relative cell reference of the next ones. You can see now it is adding these up. You can see 14,000. Now you can see this is a bit different, okay? So what happens when you use a specific cell, just like I told you? So you have to anchor it up with your F4 key, and then it will be anchored on the specific cell or getting the result. Now, we've done our summation. Now, how will you be able to subtract? So that it's basically just simple. What you're going to do is just click on this, then add in minus, select on this, hit on enter. Now you have the, deduction. So this is basically how it works. Now I'm going to cut all of these off. Now, how will you be able to multiply a specific data? Now, if you want to multiply a specific data, what I'm going to do is take this equal. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to put in this symbol and then select this one. Hit on enter. Then you will get your exact result. So now it is being multiplied by this. Okay. So this is basically how you multiply a specific data or a specific value. And the last one is going to be division. So type in equal. Let's say I'm going to do is divide this by this, okay? You have to type in a slash or an oblique, whatever you know it as. Then hit on enter, and you can see it is being divided. So I'm going to do is use it up just like this, and now you will get your exact result. So this is basically how it works in Google Spreadsheet and also Microsoft Excel. Now, what if you want to use or concatenate two data at the same time? Now, first off, what you have to do is select this. I'm going to do is remove it. Now, when I remove it, let's say first off, I'm going to multiply and then divide it by a specific number. So I'm going to use another cell. Let's say I'm going to type in 2 over here. Okay, I'm going to do is type an equal. Let's say I'm going to do is bracket it up, open the bracket or open the parentheses. And in the parentheses, what I'm going to do is going to be selecting on this multiplied by this. And then I'm going to do oblique by this. Hit on enter. Now it's given me the exact value. Now I can use the same thing, but obviously this is going to be deviation 0 because now there are no values over here. Why? Now first things first, what I have to do is select on this and then lock in the value. Now when I hit on enter and then use the fill header, then you will get the exact result because I don't have any other values over here. So let me just undo the process, and when I select on this, you can see this is selecting this cell, which is K3, and I don't have any values over there. So when you divide it by 0, you will get a deviation 0 error. Okay, so make sure to, when you are using a specific cell just like this, hit on enter, anchor it up, and then use the fill header, and then you will get your exact result. It works in the same way when you are working with percentage. So I'm going to do is use percentage this time. So I'm going to do is remove it. Now let's say this is going to be 10%. So I'm going to type in 10 and then type in percent. Now this is 10% right now. Now what if I want to use this and then add up the percentage? Now I'm going to do is type in equal, and I want the 10% of this. Okay, I'm going to do is multiply it with this value, and then this value I'm going to do is anchor it up, just this specific value. You can see that is 1000 of that. Now I'm going to use this. You can see 12. You can see 10,000. It's 1,000, 10,000, 1,000, 8,500, 850. 9,000 is 900. 10,000 is 1,000. 12,000 is 12,000, like 1,250, and it's ongoing. Okay, so as much as you try to use this fill header, it will give you the exact result of each and every one. But I don't want all of it. Okay, so now you know how you'll be able to use division, subtraction, multiplication, and also addition at the same time. But you can also use the auto sum function. What you have to do is select all of them together. You can see that when you are using Google Sheets, it gives you the exact result of each and every one, or the selected ones, on the right bottom corner of this Google Sheet. Okay, you can see it is giving me the sum, and it is still ongoing. Okay, so now you have to keep that in mind, and you can also just select any cell, and first off, just select any cell and then get the exact result. What I'm going to do is going to be selecting on control, and at the bottom, control shift top, you can see all of them has been selected, and we also got our sum altogether. So now you know how you'll be able to do that. Now, let's say we want to concatenate a specific data. What are you going to do? So first off, I'm going to do is type in equal. Let's say I'm going to type in New York and also Diet Coke at the same time. And how are you going to do that? So if you want to do that, just type in ampersand, select another one, hit on enter. Now you can see both of them are together, New York, Diet Coke. So how do you do that? See? So you can do it by typing equal and then do the same thing. Let's say I'm going to select on New York, ampersand, and also Sprite. Hit on enter and you got it. Now if you use the fill header and do the other ones, you will basically get the same result by, exact values. So when you click on them, you can see this is being selected. When you select this is being selected. But if you want to use, let's say, a space in between them or a specific value, what you have to do is lock in the specific value. But what if you want some space in between them? So the first thing what you have to do is select on a specific cell where you need your result. I'm going to type in equal. Now let's say I'm going to do is select on this. I'm going to type in ampersand. Or before that, I'm going to type, let's just type in ampersand and put in double quotation. And then I'm going to type in the specific cell. Let's say I'm going to use this. Let's say I'm going to just click on this. And then I'm going to use the specific cell. Okay. So you have to keep that thing in mind. Let's say I'm going to do is keep it like this. Ampersand. And then select the specific cell. Hit on enter. And you will basically get the error formula if you type it just like that. So what you have to do is going to be typing in and then type in the specific value and then put in the ampersand again. Okay, so let's say I'm going to put in the ampersand over here, and then hit on enter. And you can see there's a space in between them. So it's kind of fun doing this work sometimes, okay? So I'm going to do is use the fill header, and basically you will see there is a space in between each and every one of them. But what if you want the specific value? What you have to do is select the cell, anchor it up. Let's say I'm going to type in F4, and then use the same value. And then you got it. All of them are New York Cola. Now, what if you type in, let's say I'm going to type in London. You can see London Cola. So it's just going to change it up just the way you want it to be. So hope you understood every basic formulas which we used in this lesson of Google Sheets. So hope to see you in our next lesson, where we are going to learn about some specific functions of Google Sheets, which are also used in Excel if you've worked on it. There are going to be sum, count, count A, and then count unique. So hope you understood everything about this lesson, and let's jump on to our next lesson of Google Sheets.